Alright guys, AJ here with MTB Bench Rider, and today we're fitting the GT Aggressor Pro with a new 1x chain ring up front and getting rid of this old 3x. Let's get started. Alright, so the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to take the pedals off and then get an Allen wrench and back these bolts out so we can get these cranks off. Alright, so we got the one pedal off, we'll do the other side. Alright, so we had to switch locations because I couldn't get enough leverage with the bike stand to really get some power behind the crank. So finally got that off. Next thing to do is to take out the bottom bracket. Alright, so got the bottom bracket out. We'll put a little bit of grease in there. Just use some marine grade grease. And we're going to put a little bit on the new hollow bottom bracket. Alright, so we got the new hollow bottom bracket in, and we are going to be installing this Gannoper crank. Get to it. Alright, so I had to take a break for a little bit and come back to this. It was dinner time with the family. I had to make sure I take care of all those things. So I struggled quite a bit to get the original bottom bracket out of here. Remembering that it's opposite, it's not righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, it's the reverse of that. So, got it figured out. Put it all together, and I checked it. I actually had two spacers on the bottom bracket here, and I took those off because I don't think I need them. So, we're going to get this guy fitted back up, and no spacers, and get the chain ring put back on. Get up here, get some grease on the threads, make sure they're all good to go. And got the other side in already, so let's double check that we're not going to cross thread it. And we're all good. Got that guy in there. Looking pretty good, spinning nicely. Alright, so now that the bottom bracket is installed, we're going to take our crank and I'm going to put our chain ring on before we get going here. Make sure that we've got that lined up. And that looks pretty good. I'm actually going to tighten this up here before I install the whole thing, just to try to streamline it. So we've got these little pieces of hardware here, come with the crankset. Get one started. a mess. Grease gets everywhere. Alright, so we got the first two going. Our 5mm Allen key. Just get it snug. That way I can at least access the back of these pieces. Get them nice and snug before we crank them down here. Alright, so we got two down. Sneak in the other two. It is just the best. Once you get this first couple threads through, that you can take the T-handle and just spin it like that. It makes life so much nicer. Just like that. Alright. Give all these a good solid twist. And get this guy installed. Alright, so now that we got this guy on there, looks pretty good. Make sure we line everything up here. Okay. So we got that guy. Do the other side. Make sure we got everything lined up so we're not pedaling weird. And this guy comes with this nice little guy. Make sure you snug up the other crank arm. Okay. That guy, and back to our 5mm. Just make sure we snug this down. I'm not going to crank it all the way. I'm just going to crank a little bit on each side here. Make sure we get a nice, even job. I don't want to do one way more than the other. I'll make sure they're pulling both about the same. Okay, that feels good. Alright, so that wraps up the install of the crank arms. The last thing to do here is pull the chain onto the chain ring. And that is it. So, thanks for watching today, guys. Appreciate you hanging out with me while we play bikes. Looking to get a real-time review on this here soon. It's currently snowing right now, and it's about 10:30 at night, so looking for that soon. Be on the lookout for that. If you like the video, like, subscribe. Thanks for hanging out today, and get out there and keep on riding. See ya.